Hey everyone, Money Rex here. Listen, I was supposed to have had one uploaded today for you. I know several things. If you're waiting for movies, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I wish I could say I forgot that I was doing it. That's not the case. I wish I could say my dogs ate it, but that's not the case. What is the case is yours truly, even with all my superpowers, I have forgotten where I put the list. Don't know. I've put it someplace where I wouldn't forget it, and guess what? I forgot where I put it. Okay. Yesterday, like I said, I was supposed to already supposed to have had uploaded for you guys today. It didn't happen. Several reasons. I know, more excuses. Sorry. I'm not usually full of excuses, but let me give you a quick input of what happened yesterday. Yesterday was going really, really well. Got everything I was supposed to get done. I came home, and that's why, well, there's lots of reasons why I don't like leaving. But I left, and when I got home, only to discover that two of my female saints, the 150-pound one, decided she was going to eat the 170-pound one. Now, mind you, the 150-pound one is 9 years old. The 170-pound one is closer to 5. Much bigger, but came into season and thought I had all kinds of safeguards up. Didn't work out that way. Got home, I had to take care of her. Then I went to go get the phone, and it wouldn't come on. So I figured, well, I've been gone a while, it's probably dead. So I plugged it in. It's not coming on. Guess what? It had hit the floor of my truck. When I was driving, I drove and took a corner, and my wife's Sprite spilled onto the floor. Then I guess the phone hit the floor. There was moisture in it. Who knew? But I mean, I took it apart thinking it was a battery problem. When I took the battery off, I found out right then and there, there's moisture in it. Then I took out the little stylus, and the stylus was wet. So, needless to say, last night I spent a lot of time, using an air dryer to dry it out. I got lucky that this morning I finally got it working last night. So I plugged it in to charge it. Well, this morning when I got up, charger wasn't working. Hold that thought. Okay, back. So then I had to rig the wire. I had to get the phone to charge. Finally got it. My daughter brought me over a new charger, and needless to say, okay, I'm here now. Shouldn't be any more excuses. I think I've run out of them for eternity. I think I've used just about every one. But who knows? I mean, it's my life. Something can come up. It'll be all right. So anyway, I would like to say, take this time to talk about, woohoo, that's a better profile picture. Okay, let's do dating. Okay, so if you're watching this and you're under 18, don't do it. Don't. I'm serious. Don't do it. There's lots of reasons why not to do it. First reason being is, okay, a lot of you under 18 that are getting into a relationship and whatever, you guys are wanting to get out of your house because your parents are always telling you what to do and this, that. You have so many rules and da 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 da. Well, guess what a relationship is? It's not about telling people what to do, but it's being considerate enough to tell people what you're doing. Being considerate enough not to have to be told what you're doing, but that you want to. Not because you have to, because you want to. Because you want them to have that ease of mind, which is all those parents really, really ever wanted anyway. So you're jumping out of one, you're wanting to get out of one bad relationship with your parents. It may be even a good one. But you don't like being, anyway. So you want to, you're jumping out of one relationship and trying to jump into another where communication is key. Communication is key. Without it, there is no relationship. And you think to yourself, but they're different. Everybody says that. Everybody says that. We don't, when you get to be like 16 and stuff, you don't want to have to be told to do the dishes. Well, when you're in a relationship, you don't want to have to be told to do the dishes, but you want to do that for the other person. Whether you're a man, you want to do it for your wife, or you're a wife, you want to do it for your man. Or a woman, man. Either way. The point is that you want to do these things for the other person. But if you're not even willing to do that at home, how do you expect to get into a relationship and do it for somebody else that doesn't love you as unconditionally as your parents do? Seriously, your parents love you unconditionally. Well, maybe some of them have conditions. I don't know. There are certain... Anyway, the point being is that you want to jump out of a bad relationship and you want to jump into another one, and it's already been substantiated that you don't have the communication skills to do such a thing. Okay, I personally, I think relationships should be banned until you're 21. Probably even longer. Wish my girls had waited longer, but hey, I've got grandkids on the way, more grandkids on the way, and I couldn't be happier. So, I'm kind of torn. I am glad that I'm getting more grandkids, and I love the ones that I have, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. Okay, and then we're going to go on to 18 to 21-year-olds, or 18 to 25. Let's say 18 to 25-year-olds. Okay, if you don't already have your own job, your own car, and your own place, you really have no business getting into a relationship. But they can help me, you say. No, they can't. Most relationships don't end up that way. It's not happening. Not at that age. Sorry. You haven't had the experience enough, or developed into it where you start to realize that friendships, relationships, even with your parents and everything, is a very humbling experience. You have to be able to admit when you're wrong and not fight to the death when you only think that you're right. I'm married. I've been happily married for a very long time now. And I'll tell you what. I know my wife has given in when she was dead right, but she gave in because she didn't want to fight. And I know I have done the very exact same thing. You don't have to be right. You can either be right or you can be married. Am I right, people? You don't have to be right all the time. It's not important. What is important is that you get all of your ducks in a row. Okay? Car, job, place. And then you can worry about it. Preferably your education, car, job, place. But, you know, whatever it is. But you should wait. Because once you're in that relationship, you are no longer spending money totally on you. You're spending it on somebody else. So, in a lot of situations, and not all, but in a lot of situations, you give up going to this place so you can go to that place with her, or him, or them. It's better to start off with having all your ducks in a row. Just say. Now, for dating in your 25 to 40-year-olds, okay, first, put down the phones. Quit. I know this is the new millennium, and the millennials are, you know, this is how I meet people. How's it working for you? How's the relationship business going for you? You say, oh, well, it's great. I'm in one now. Well, how long have you been in it? Oh, 2 months. You're still in the honeymoon phase. Give it a year or two. You need to put down the cell phones, start interacting with people. I know you hear this all the time. And people who say they swear by the internet, and, you know, I guess like 4 or 5 out of 10 relationships nowadays are started by the internet. Well, that's in great correlation to, you know, a 90% divorce rate. Think about it. Meeting people personally, and even once you've met them, you're in a relationship, you need to try this. This spans all groups, well, except for your 70s and above. Hold that thought. Okay, I'm back. Okay, except for 70s and above. But think about this. And you're going to think I'm old-fashioned, but just stay with me. Stay with my thinking just for a minute. Don't shrug it off. Trust me. Try it this way, because, I mean, maybe your way's not working for you. If it is, sorry. I'm happy for you. But if it's not, try this. When you meet somebody, you start dating, you go 3 months. 3 months before having any kind of sexual experience with them. And you say, why 3 months? Well, that gives a little time for the honeymoon season to be over and the old wearing off and the new shining through. Okay? Or is it, yeah, the new wearing off and the old shining through. Okay. I get it somewhere. But after about 3 months, then you start to gain where this person's coming from. And you don't, I'm not talking, well, I've been talking to him for 3 months. No. We're talking 3 months of personal connection. One-on-one connection. It doesn't have to be every day. It could be every 3 days, every 4 days. Okay, 3 months. You say, but that's too long. Is it really? Is it really? With all the diseases and everything else that's out there, is 3 months too long? Try it. You might like it. Go 3 months before you give in. After the 3 months is over, give it. But don't move in with somebody yet. Wait another 6 months. You say 6 months, that's too long. Is it? You're talking the rest of your life. Try 6 months. I mean, 6 months is, according to the rest of your life, drop in the barrel. That's easy, right? You can do that standing on your head. I mean, hold on. Piece of cake. So then after 6 months of sex, 6 months after the 3 months, so now you're 9 months into the relationship. Now if you want to move in together, go right ahead. Don't get married yet. Wait at least another year to 2 years before getting married. Okay, so after you've waited 2 years, then get married. Then your relationships have a much better chance of surviving. I mean, it does. It's not a guarantee. But what it will improve upon is your interpersonal relationships with other people. Now, from your 45 to, let's say, 60-year-olds, or 40-year-olds to 60-year-olds, we have to learn, when you're single, that we have to be able to give. We don't always have to be my way or the highway. Just because we've been single long enough, and that's a mindset a lot of people get into. I shouldn't have to settle. It's not settling. And don't get me wrong, it's not settling. But to it doesn't always have to be your way. You can give a little. Give a little to meet in the middle. I mean, let's say you've been single for a while. Give a little. Let's meet. Okay, and then your 70s to 90-year-olds, even your 100-year-olds, get into a relationship. Go for it. And you guys know what's going to work and what's not going to work. Some of the brightest people I know are 60s, 70s, 80-year-olds. I mean, I guess that's why, well, never mind. That was a poor example. But people who have been around a while, they know more about relationships than you think. And you say, well, they're not hip enough, they don't know enough, they're not in with it. You're talking about generations that, let's say, people who are 60, 50, 60, 70 years old, those are the people who grew up in the days where we connected with one another. Relationships lasted longer. Well, with most people, not for me. I was a complete arrogant ass, and I've apologized many times to the women that I knew. And I said and I did whatever it took, and I moved on, which is sad on my end. I promised whatever to whoever, and I mean, I usually had a 3-time rule. After we were together 3 times, I moved on. If it lasted that long, most of the time it was just one night. How I ever survived, not just being disease-free, but not dead, is beyond me. But the game still has never changed. I mean, guys and girls, well, even the girls nowadays, both will tell you whatever they can to get you into the sack. Promise you the world. Deliver you a Lego. Promise you a brand new truck. You get a jalopy. Promise that they'll take care of you. Now they ain't doing nothing but sitting on the couch playing video games. So I'll get to it in a minute. Okay, enough of that. That's enough seriousness. I'll have more for you guys tomorrow. It's probably one of my longer videos, and I'm sorry. It's a dating. I don't think there's any kind of shortcuts. And the only thing I have to say is what chaps my chaps today, and this is in the headlines, and that's that woman on the hashtag Me Too, whatever Ariana, whatever her name is. Now she's been accused with a 17-year-old. Don't you find it a lot that those who protest too much are usually the guilty ones? I mean, she started this whole thing. Her and another gal started this whole thing, and the hashtag Me Too. And you got to be thinking to yourself, what was that girl doing? I mean, us old timers, we know what the hashtag meant when we grew up using our phones. It was that was pound sign, so it's pound me too. So you got to be thinking, what was she thinking? Pound me too, a 17-year-old? She would be considered a predator, a sex predator in many states. You're talking a rape, a statutory. Why are they not going after her? I mean, why is all of a sudden the tables have turned where now she's in the spotlight? She's been messing around with a 17-year-old. I mean, she's getting a little bit of media, ooh. But, I mean, why is she not being more prosecuted like all the other guys have been? I mean, in Hollywood and stuff. I mean, in Hollywood, we always, growing up, it was always a joke about the casting couch or whatever. That's how you got ahead in life. And those were the risks that you took. I'm not saying that that's what they deserve. By no means. Please don't hit me up with hate, because I don't feel that it is appropriate. I don't. And like I said, I just don't. To use your power and influence to get what you want is a dead no-no. I've experienced that when I was smaller, younger, in a fast food chain where a woman wanted more, and no, not me, and because I had just started a relationship, ever so briefly of a relationship, but like I said, it just started, but I wasn't about to, and I lost my job, and I went on with life. Like I said, those people in power shouldn't be able to thwart it. I think it's always been bad. But what I hate is that the fact that now it's a woman that's on the hashtag Me Too, one of the founders, has been now guilty of the same thing she's protesting, and where's all the backlash that the guys? I mean, guys have lost their jobs, going to jail, all kinds of crap. What's happening with her? She should be kicked off. She should have to fail. She should have to accept the same responsibilities the men did. I mean, she was all against, no bashing of the victims, but that's the first thing she has done. Whoa. How? That's the box of sunlight, sorry. But, I mean, think about it. Shouldn't she have to face the same music? She was with a 17-year-old. She took advantage of a 17-year-old. Like I said, in many states, including the great one I live in now, if she'd have done that, she'd be in jail, getting ready to go to prison. That's what chaps my chaps. This is that when it's on the other foot, all of a sudden, all the equality and everything, where is it? Men out there, don't make stuff up. Be good to women. Women, be good to men. Don't make stuff up. That's all I got, guys. Money rags. Oh, movies will be tomorrow. Ooh, how? Okay. Peace.